Hey guys, welcome back to the Hear Me Roar pod. I am Toby and my co-host is none other than the Kate Save, which you might know her from Shark Tank. She's also founder of BeFit Foods and picked up Telstra's Business of the Year award too. Kate?
Well, Toby, you've got a super impressive CV, 25 years in global commercialisation experience, and you founded Creative Cubes, Australia's leading co-working space and real estate business.
All right, let's get on with the pod. Guys, welcome back to the pod. Kate, another amazing guest coming.
Now, let me ask you,
Yes.
what's come up for you this week? What's been on your mind, Toby?
What's been on my mind? There's a lot, actually.
Yeah.
We have a development, or two developments. We've only announced one.
Ooh.
We have two developments in Adelaide.
I saw something on Instagram yesterday. What was that?
That's our Balaclava development.
Oh, yes, that's
Yes.
what I saw. Amazing. It
Yeah.
looks
Yeah.
phenomenal.
So that's where you'll find me.
Yeah.
That building is called Open Court. It's a rooftop basketball court.
Oh,
3 floors of platinum fitness first.
no
So just
way.
health and well like crazy.
Huh.
And 2 floors of cubes.
Oh, bring it on.
Yeah.
Whereabouts is it?
It's in Balaclava. It backs onto the Balaclava train station. We have our own like building joins to the platform.
So good. So
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Right on Carlisle Street. So it's actually in William Street, but Carlisle Street, Los Chicos, The Wall, all those amazing cafes, restaurants. My daughter, in the next hour, I'll get a notification that she spent money at Yochi on
yeah,
Balaclava.
mine did that in Broadbeach the other day.
Balaclava is home to the famous James Shadrach, executive producer. So yeah, I'm actually building my own office there. So most of the offices that I sit in at Cubes, I often get an eviction notice from my staff saying, you can't sit in this office anymore, we've just sold it.
Wow.
So I'm actually building my own office, which is nothing special.
So you've got a spot there.
Yeah, but I've actually decaled the inside and the furniture is going to be a little bit different. And I don't have a desk there, but I actually have like a communal table that'll sit in the middle of the office that all my staff can just come in and just plonk on and work.
Do you know what's got me thinking? The last time I was in Balaclava, my grandmother used to live there and I adored her. She was like the number one person I looked up to. So on any time that I got an opportunity, a curriculum day off school, I take my backpack with my study because I would study flat out. I would catch the bus from Toogoorrook, which is down near Rye, who anyone doesn't know, on the Mornington Peninsula, to Frankston. That'd be about an hour. I'd go on the train from Frankston to Balaclava Station.
Sandy
and then
line.
I had a skateboard, Skater Girl, the Skater's my nickname, and I would skateboard to my grandma's house, which was on Young Street.
There you go.
Yeah.
So Skater Kate.
Yeah,
This
Skater's
is
what all
new
my old
development.
girlfriends call me.
Skater
Yeah.
Kate. This isn't going to leave. It's now part of the pod. Skater Kate. I love that because my daughters skate.
Oh,
Well,
do
like
they?
Maddie's got a bunch of skateboards and a bunch of surfboards.
Too cool. I surfed as well. Love surfing.
Hardcore,
Love
yeah.
it.
She
That's
loves
on
it.
my vision board to go back to surfing.
Yeah,
Love it.
mine too. I need to find time. We used to go out to Tullamarine at
I love it. The centre, what's it called? I
Urban
want to call
Surf.
it We Surf. But
Urban
hey.
Surf. Yeah, Urban Surf.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think
great
you and I
list.
both participated in an EO event there.
We did. Yeah,
but we
love
didn't
that
know each other at
place.
the time. But
Look at us off track.
yeah, totally. Well, let's bring it back on track. The guy that's coming on he's a massive philanthropist. You might know him from the CEO Sleep Out, the Vinny's Sleep Out.
Wow. Yeah, I've heard about that.
He has some businesses, and I learnt minutes ago that actually today of all days is actually quite a special day for him. So coming up after a quick word from Purpose Productions, we're going to speak to Chris Christofi. Guys, you've seen me put out content for years. It all started with James Shadrach from Purpose Productions. We've filmed over 800 vlogs, several hundred different pieces of content that has helped me take my business to the next level. We use Purpose Productions for all the content, pods, vlogs, and storytelling that we produce. Check out purposeproductions.co to learn how James and his amazing team can help you scale your business and get your message out there. Kate, we have Chris Christofi here.
Now, I've read a couple of things about Chris, but you know the fact that stood out? 24 years of age, 24 properties. Is that right?
He's now 65. So
no, 24, I had 8. It was 30, and then I lost them all. And I had to start the business from scratch. And mine is 348 grand worth of debt, no properties. Then I rebuilt that to 24 properties, which what you read over the next 10 years while building the business. I think I was late 30s.
8 properties at 24 though. Come on, that's not bad. Not bad.
Mate, we've already given a little bit of a sneak peek, but today's a pretty special day. I think 3 or 4 years ago, probably 4 years ago, pre-COVID.
I remember.
You came on my pod, did I come on yours? I can't remember.
Both, actually both. And it was both in your amazing office.
Yeah.
I filmed an episode here with you, which was awesome, and 2 on your podcast.
And throw the audience back, because I was there, but no one else was.
Well, we were talking a bit about Vinnie's. I was running my Lead with Kindness event, which is a prequel towards my Sleep Out. So I've been doing the Vinnie's for the last 8 years. I'm an ambassador since 2019. And I started another event called Lead with Kindness to raise awareness for St. Vincent de Paul's. So while I was doing that as well, I thought, how can I do more? And I'm in real estate, so what a good marriage, real estate, homelessness. I go, why don't I buy a home through using my means, pay it off through my philanthropy work, and donate it. Now, when I had the lawyers come into the office, I was very, very happy to note all the capital gains is exempt because it's for charity, so we bought it under a trust. So I made hundreds of thousands of dollars for the charity, and we're not paying capital gains. So I was doing the Sleep Out, Lead with Kindness with my 5th and final year. It's a soiree on the 30th of May this year, which was at the Melbourne Glass House. Black tie event, 300 people, sold 5 tables on my head today, so I was very, very happy about that. There's 36 tables. And the house actually settles today. So I was very, very happy, very proud. And I thought, what are the chances of me being on your podcast today? We spoke about it once and you said, I'm going to get you back on. You spoke about it while we were building the house and you said, oh, keep me updated. Well, the update is it settles today.
We tried to get you on the show last month, but for some reason, our schedules didn't align.
Well, it was meant to be.
That's right.
Okay, so I heard that you actually slept rough in Melbourne. So you and your wife went out and slept on the streets, and you didn't actually sleep at night because it was too dangerous. Is that right?
Yeah, so what happened is I ran a bit of an experiment. So 2 years when there was COVID, they were asking the CEOs to sleep in the backyard on a couch or in the car, because a lot of people experiencing homelessness. Now we've got over 256,000 people that sleep rough that we know of. Victoria is the fastest growing state, so we have a massive challenge on our hands. We were supposed to sleep there to raise awareness, and I go to my ex-wife at the time, I'm going to go sleep out on the street for 2 days. She goes, what do you mean? I'm going to grab a backpack, no cash, and I'm going to go on the street and I'm going to sleep out there for 2 nights. She goes, I'll come with you night 1. I said, all right. So it was more of a social experiment. So I grabbed my backpack, I went out, and at night time I was sitting down somewhere in the city. We were approached by 3 people. 19-year-old girl, had 2 teeth. She was homeless since she was 14. Another guy who was incarcerated just got released. He was stabbed. And I forget the third guy's story. So they came up to us. They were talking to us. I was very friendly. My ex-wife freaked out.
Yeah.
And she just kept walking. So we're in the city. We thought we were in a normal place. And they said to me, nice kicks, which really scared her. I was just wearing normal runners.
Yeah.
But she thought maybe we're going to get, robbed, which I wasn't too concerned. But I saw 3 people that have been, one was second generation, one was incarcerated, and the other one was in hospital. And one was she was 19. And I thought, it's just a vicious cycle, can happen to anyone. Anyway, long story short, we were walking up and down about 20, 30 kilometers because we had an Apple Watch. Probably not the smartest idea. And then we eventually fell asleep where the Botanical was, this 24-hour construction zone.
Oh, yeah.
So we slept there night 1. Night 2, I was walking back in the city. I was sitting in front of Wakeland Donuts because I love donuts.
Are you by yourself now?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm in front of, there was 3 people, as I mentioned the first time, in front of the donut shop, and I'm asking for money because I wanted to buy a donut. I love donuts. But people just walk past me and don't even look at me. So I was asking people for $5. Eventually, My brother-in-law walked past. He owns a restaurant, Maramio. I think he bought me a donut. So there's a photo of me eating a donut. And one of the guys who saw me from the night before goes, "What are you doing out here?" I go, "I'm trying to raise money." And he goes, "Oh, you're a legend," whatever he was saying. His friend, I don't know if he had any bad intentions or he didn't, this guy was just happy to see me. So anyway, after the second night of this experiment, I stayed up all night and then I was sleeping during the day. I just dozed off. And most of the times when you walk past a homeless person, you see them sleeping during the day and you go, "Why are you sleeping?" But the reason is at nighttime, they're really scared because that's the highest chance of them getting robbed, them getting mugged. So when they take their shoes off and they put them in their sleeping bag, that's the reason. So my goal was every year I did Vinnies is to go out on the soup vans, to go to Osnum House, to run these little experiments because it raises an awareness. And it's nowhere near being homeless. I had an end date and I'm going back and I'm all good. But just to give me a little taste of what it's like. And people, I was invisible, people walking past me. And after the 2 nights, I went straight to the office with my backpack and I filmed an episode of Relentless Life on Your Terms with Andrew Mackenzie talking about the experience. And yeah, every year I try to do a little bit something else so I can learn a bit more about the cause, because you can get behind it when you're invested more in it, when you understand, like the fastest growing cohort is single females over 55.
Wow.
There's so many kids under the age of 12 that sleep that are homeless. So when you hear these statistics, you really get taken back and you go along for the journey. So Vinny's does a great job. And yeah, it's something that I'm very proud of. I love my work I do there. So alongside all the work I do in my offices and at my work, I'm doing the philanthropy work with Vinny's.
Amazing. I actually had a guest on my show, The Inspired CEO. I'm not sure if you've come across him, Harry Sanders. So he was homeless and now he's built one of the world's largest SEO companies, a global company. And he literally did it because he was sleeping on the street. He had all these horrible incidences where they'd gone couch surf and it wasn't safe, the places they were staying at, to say the very least. And just so much trauma. Then from sharing a room with a guy, he got on a computer, he built a website, and the website went so well, other people got him to build them, and then he got into SEO, and now he's got this incredible company. And so he does talking work all around the globe now. He's a global speaker, but that's his story. And just how hearing, like, day by day, night by night, sleeping under a bridge, sleeping here, sleeping there, and the danger and the fear 24/7.
You think it won't happen to you, but every year they put a CEO to speak or someone that was experiencing homelessness. You've got international CEOs, international CEOs. A lot of women that become homeless, a large majority of that's through domestic violence. So one of these ladies who spoke last year was amazing. She was also on my podcast, Lidvia. She got stabbed multiple times by her partner and father of her kid. She's got her hand out, so the knife going through her hand, all over her body. It broke inside her, the knife. So she's almost bleeding out. And then people won't rent her a house because there's all the domestic violence. So you get into a vicious cycle, and you get caught up with a bad situation, domestic violence, drugs, alcohol, and it just spirals. And when you see the people that speak, you're thinking, wow, that could really happen to anyone. And I go back, people go, has homelessness impacted you, Chris? And I said, no. Why are you so passionate about it? And I said, well, there's 2 reasons. Number one, it's people helping people, and it's compassion that you want to show a fellow human being because we're all equal. No one's better, no one's worse. But secondly, when I lost everything at 24 and I had to move back into my parents' house, if I never had that support network, that could have easily been me. Let me tell you, I was making bad decision after bad decision. When I lost it all, and that was unlucky, but the way I handled it, through partying, through gambling, my son almost died. He got bacterial meningitis, hospitalized 2.5 weeks.
My goodness.
So if I never had that support network, how do I launch my company? Now, when I launched the company, it was with a very clear vision to become one of Australia's leading brands and to become a fully integrated financial services company, which we just celebrated on the 21st of March last month, our 20-year anniversary in business. And we achieved exactly what we set out, what my vision was for my parents' house. We set up a property company, finance, financial planning, accounting, property management, multiple states, different verticals, but it was always the plan from day one. And yeah, I look at that and maybe that's what really resonated with me. I was very, very lucky. Got a home to go to.
Yeah. Now, so you spent 7 years of your life in Cyprus from the age of
9 to 16.
Right. And how do you think that has impacted your decisions? And you started work at 10 over there selling scratchies and then had a proper job at 14. How has that, shaped, I guess, what you do now and perhaps your perspective on things?
I never realized how until I actually started journaling, and I wrote a book, which is Your Path to Wealth Brick by Brick. So it's teaching people to get into the investment market. And I had 3 weeks off, so I researched all these writers. I got this person to come and live with me, and I wrote 2 books. One was that, and the other one was a memoir, which I haven't released yet. And it was upon reflection of writing that I realized the impact Cyprus had on me. So at the age of 10, I'm selling scratch tickets. My uncle would give me 32 on consignment. I had to pay him for 30. 2 was my profit. So on the weekends, I'm out selling every one of his salespeople, and I've got 3 months holidays because Cyprus is very hot. I'm working. And at the age of 13, I started playing pool. So I was playing pool for money, and I was selling scratch tickets. And I'd always have on me 200, 300, 400 pounds, which was times 3 back then. So $1,000 30 years ago, over 32 years ago, as a 13-year-old kid. My dad bought a supermarket at 13. I was obsessed in learning about everything about business. I was working very hard there. Started playing snooker. Was never really present at school. I was always absent, getting suspended or getting in trouble. So my dad spent all this money sending me to a private English school, and I can still barely spell. And you can't spell when you type in certain words and Google doesn't even put the red line under it, saying what the F are you talking about? Yeah. So I'm thinking, I've got to change the word that I need because Google doesn't even know that. I don't even get the red line. So that's how bad. I think it's because I was dyslexic and I had a lot of challenges going to school, but I was there physically, but I was never there. I was always up in the skies thinking about work, thinking about business. And I remember my dad would go to parents-teacher interview. And back in the day, that was classes. So you'd walk in, the teacher would be sitting where Toby is. You go to the teacher, they'll talk to you about your kid. Now, I was at the same as my sister. She was a year and a half older, so we'd go to parents' interview together. They'd walk into my sister, they'd go to my dad. She's an amazing student. She's so clever. She's so smart. She was also a prefect. She's a real nerd, right? So everyone loved her.
Not jealous at all.
No. She's my favorite person in the world. We're soulmates. Me and my sister like this. Anyway, then would go into mine. Doesn't pay attention. He's always talking. He's the class clown. He's smart, but he always daydreams. And then he'd look at me. He goes, just once, Chris. Just once I want them to say the same thing about you as they do about Artemis. I said, I'm sorry, Dad. And for years it would be the same pattern. Same classroom. But it never changed.
I think that's why I like you, Chris, because I could swear you could substitute you for me and we'd get the same report.
My younger sister's the same. I was a prefect and she was the one who talked all the time, distracted everyone. Gets to year 12, she pulls out a score in the 90s and she's partied her whole way through. Mum and Dad would have to pick her up on the weekend from the gutter of a party.
That's the spirit, though.
Yeah, and I'm like, how did she do this? Whereas I ran around with my school backpack for 5 years, missing everything, just head in a book, and we've come within a couple of % of a score.
But amazing. You know what it is, though? I believe I just wasn't interested. Yeah. And they're explaining things 3 years down the track, and I don't understand biology and all this stuff. And I'm, what the hell are you talking about? I didn't get it. But when it came to numbers, the only thing that the teachers would say, he has an amazing ability with numbers. It's one of the best in my school. I could read numbers. When I left school, I started reading. So now I'm an avid learner.
You get up crazy early in the morning, don't you?
I do, but I study between 2 to 4 hours on a daily basis.
Yep.
Last year I did 82 books. This year I've already on 39. And people go, how do you focus? Well, I buy the audio. Yeah. And I buy the hard copy. Yeah. So I get the book read to me while I'm holding the copy. And I'll do 1 to 4 hours a day. Mm-hmm. Because when you're absorbing the content visually and audio through your senses, you can actually pick it up quicker. So now I am relentless when it comes to learning, when it comes to my mentors, my coaches. I sit there like a school kid, but I couldn't do it then. Now when it comes to growth and business and development, I'm obsessed in it. It's like a hobby. And I do it, I love it.
The grass is always greener where you water it. Right?
100%.
Yeah. Fascinating. I feel like I've sat front row here, haven't said a word the whole pod, just watching this show unfold in front of me. It's amazing.
You guys, you know the stories. You know each other's stories. I'm like, questions.
Yeah. No, this is great. Keep going.
So you've raised, are you the number one donator for the CEO Sleepover or number two? Because I saw a couple of things.
It's been going for 20 years. So first of all, big shout out to Vinny's. 170-year anniversary to St. Vincent de Paul's this year. 50 years for the Soup Vans, 20 years for the CEO Sleepout, 15 years for the Melbourne Leg. So it's very serendipitous. 20 years it coincides with my 20 years in business.
Oh, right.
I am the highest active fundraiser.
Oh, wow.
There was 2 CEOs prior to me that raised $1 million. And not that I'm chasing Vedran, who raised 1,123,000. Not that I'm chasing him at all.
You're not obsessed in numbers.
How many cents?
Huh?
I know you got the numbers.
I think it's $43 as well, and $43. But I've got a table of year to year, and I do it because it's competition without opposition. It's the impact that drives me, but I want to know that that's how I push. So this year we'll surpass the $1 million. We'll have the highest donations ever. So I'm planning on raising 350 to 500 this year because I got the proceeds to the house, and we'll surpass that mark. But he was a gentleman. Nick Reed was the other one who raised $1 million. And for me, I like being pushed by people like that because he was a beautiful man. He taught me a lot, and that's what pushes me. So every year when he'd beat me, I'd come second. The last 2 years I came first in Victoria. I remember calling him and saying, congratulations, and you better lift your game next year because I'm going to raise more. And I knew that he would because he was backed by the Gandel Philanthropy group. So this guy's got Chadston behind him. I had my office with 50, 60 people, but we're pushing neck and neck. And every year I'd stoke the bear because I know he's going to raise more and I'll raise more. It's going to the same cause. So it's good. So we're the highest active fundraiser, which we're very proud of, and we'll break every record this year.
You know, not to shine the light on our podcast at all, but the pure definition of hear me roar is just articulated perfectly. This guy with 50 staff against the Gandel Philanthropy group, Buck, you know, I've got Chadston in their back pocket.
Yeah.
Against this guy, it's the heart of a lion.
Yes.
It's the roar. It's the energy that comes out, right?
And for the greater good.
By the way, everyone wins. The Gandels doing their thing and Chris doing his thing. Everyone wins, yeah? But the essence of this guy going, I've got 50 staff, 60 staff, and we're up against the owners of the Chadston Shopping Centre we're neck and neck. Like that's hear me roar at its finest. So,
and look, it's good and it's important to me. I'm very left brain. But when it comes to your team and rallying people behind you, it's more the impact that money creates. So we fed 1,700 families in one campaign. So people get behind that, not the number and the records and accolades. I do. People go, is that what's important to you? Yes. And I'll shamelessly say, that drives me. I want to win that. I'm focusing on that. Like when I was playing pool, I won over 100 events and I'm collecting trophies at 15 and I've got like all these things. Yes, that drives me. Yes, that's important to me. Yes, I want to mention that. People, I don't care what people think. That's me.
Yeah.
But to rally a team behind you, what I've done is I've created, this is the impact that money's having. I know this motivates me to push myself, but to motivate my team, to inspire my team, what's the impact?
Yeah. So
now,
true.
it's competition without opposition. What works for you? What motivates you? Now, for me, the impact is why we do it, of course. But it makes me lift the bar every year, thinking about how am I going to beat this guy if he just got a check for 200,000? And I thought, well, I'll build a house. I'll raise more money. I'll run lead with kindness. Now we're both getting elevated. And where's it going? Same cause.
Sure.
But I can tell you, you look back and every good rivalry, and this is a positive rivalry, has a good essence. We're going in the same cause.
Guys, we're going to wrap it there because if I don't, we're going to be on this pod for the next hour and a half. But I do need your help. This is what I need your help. Chris, I want you to offline send me a link to wherever it is we're trying to raise. And I'll put that link in the show description and we'll push that ourselves.
And we will beat the Gandels, is that right?
Oh, they've retired now, unfortunately, because the next year I raised a lot, he retired. And he goes to me, I know it's in good hands. I said, don't do this to me now. I want to beat you. He goes to me, Chris, I know it's in good hands. I'm passing the torch on to you. And it was bittersweet, but that was first 2 years in a row, as you mentioned, for Victoria. It was bittersweet. I was looking around for him, but he wasn't there.
We're going to put all the details in the show notes. So get behind it, guys. But a quick message from our partners at Luna. Luna.co is a great place for you and your business to start off with phenomenal accounting and legal services. So if you're a startup or a scale-up looking for legal and finance support, or alternatively looking to raise capital, Luna.co is where you need to be starting off. Massive, right?
Yeah, so good. So
Massive.
Incredible. And the passion behind everything that he does. And it's like he's never stopped running, starting at 10 and then working and then this and this and this, and gets up super early, reads all these books 2 to 4 hours a day. Like just that, like you said, he shamelessly does it to keep moving forward, and that's what inspires and motivates him. And I think that's amazing.
I do too.
A lot of people, I see why he said shamelessly too, because people would judge the numbers or the competition, but whatever motivates you, if they're not raising $1 million, then...
There's a saying, and it just escaped my head, but I always say to my team, I'm married to the outcome. I don't care how we get there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So good.
And so for Chris, if he's motivated by lighting up those sell sheets,
yeah,
the outcome's going to be the same. It's going to be positive impact on the people. And then he also admitted that he has to motivate his team in different ways. So he recognized what's motivating him. I do want to put you on the spot though.
Oh dear.
And we don't edit this, guys. Spike, no editing, please. Do you want to join me on the next CEO Sleep Out?
Okay.
Yeah? I'm kind of like motivated to do it. I'm shit scared to do it.
Done.
But like I want to subscribe. I want to make an impact.
Sounds amazing.
So I'll ask Chris when
no runners, no Apple Watches.
No. This is like a formal, like there's like a it's not just you and I just grabbing a backpack and going.
But this is the fundraising part.
Yeah, they call on a lot of CEOs from a lot of top organizations. It's kind of like a bit of a, like, I don't want to say it's a party because it's not, but like massive networking opportunities there, massive, like, but everyone's there for the right reasons.
Sounds amazing.
But I wanted to do it a couple of years ago. I got stripped of it because of COVID and some other stuff that prevented me. But hearing Chris on the pod today, I'm really motivated, and I'd love to. I'm not a CEO, so I'm not sure that I qualify.
You were,
but I was,
yes,
and I have been. So maybe I'll get a hall pass for that. But I'd love to sort of like go and experience it.
Sounds amazing. Bring it on. All
right. So Kate the skater is on the record. She's going to come and do a CEO Sleep Out, which I'm really pumped about. Chris Christofi, guys, thank you so much. All of the details are in the show notes below. We'll see you on the next one.